So, you want to bag your Lancer Evo 8. Hello and welcome to another video, guys. Finally, meron na tayong panlaban sa mga naka-STI. Okay? On air suspensions, we finally have a Lancer Evolution here at the shop, bag slammed to the floor, and it's an Evo 8 MR. Shout out kay Ken. Ito nga pala yung Instagram niya, evoboy_3. Tama ba ako? So, check out his Instagram. He has an Evo 8, of course, this one. He also has an Evo 6. So, itong coaching ito is a headache, but a good one. Nung ginawa namin to, sobrang dali. Okay? Malalaman niyo yung suspensions later. Pero yeah, ginawa namin to sobrang dali. And then suddenly, nung pagbaba namin, ang dami na naging issues. Like, he has a 9.5 wheel. It's too wide. His tires, he used to have a 265 right there. Hindi kasya. So, pinalitan pa namin ng tires. So, yeah, we're going to discuss more about that later. Pero, yeah, Evo 8, it's done. And finally, I have a Evo 8 at the catalog to match those stance STIs. Well, this is actually not really totally stance. It's actually like a functional air suspension build. Kasi he wants the car slammed to the floor, still have the same sporty feel, and can lift. So he will not scrape those carbon fiber chins. So, to know more about that, subscribe to the channel. Like and share the video. Hit the bell icon for the notification. And yes, before natin kwentuhan tong coaching to, before natin pagkwentuhan tong coaching na to, let's actually discuss the under chassis of the car and how easy and simple it is and how much better it is than the competitors it has. If you want to learn, if you have an Evo 8, Evo 7, Evo 9, this will be perfect video for you. This is a catalog video on how to bag the Evo. Let's actually dive in to the under chassis part of this video and discuss the technical details, okay? It's gonna get technical and educational. Strap in your thinking hats and let's go to the under chassis part of this car and let's discuss. Hello and welcome to the front suspension ng ating Lancer Evo 8 MR. So right at the bat, sasabihin ko sa inyo na ito ay McPherson type strut. Anong ibig sabihin ng McPherson type strut? Ang McPherson type strut ay pumipihit sa axis niya, okay? Pumipihit siya dito pag kumakabig yung manibela. Or in English, the shocks tend to pivot on its axis on this area and thus providing us a quite complicated situation pag naka-air tayo. So as you can see, when you turn the steering wheel, the fitting actually rotates with the shock. Okay, other side. So this poses a threat for air suspension because you have to be wary about where you put the fitting. You have to lock the rings so the bags won't rotate. And we also have a lock for the plate on the lock ring itself. So all in all, that's supposed to be in one unit. As you can see, when you center back the steering wheel, it goes back to its original position. So to counteract that problem and all of the issues na meron kami sa mga ganitong type na suspension, we actually use the brake line as the routing point ng mga hose namin kasi that brake line actually swivels with the shock. So kung OEM pa lang, ganun na yung nilagay ng ating manufacturer. So that's where we routed our hose lines. Okay? Another thing to note sa Lancer is that it's actually quite masikip or tight. Matight ang clearance niya lalo dito. My finger can't even go inside pero a piece of carton will actually clear that obstacle. Let me get one for you real quick. If you put a cardboard behind it, it clears it. So, manipis. Makapal pa ang cardboard. Okay? Makapal pa ang cardboard sa clearance. So, that's good. Just have to be careful when you're doing air suspension for the Lancer. Yan yung mga, error points na pwede nating magkaroon ng problema tayo. Ito, sa likod nitong bilbil na to, yan, dyan, we have a very, very tight space behind this bag. And yeah, that's all we have to say for the front suspension on Lancer. We are indeed using a Tane Flex Z coilover conversion, converted to bags. So it's gonna provide us with a really, really sporty ride and, you know, a great damping feel kasi Tanes are actually really, really good coilovers. If you're looking for a coilover, get Tane. Okay? Let's go to the backside. Alright, welcome to the rear side of the suspension ng Lancer Evo. Right out of the bat, I'm going to tell you that this looks very familiar. If you're wondering kung ano yung aking gustong sabihin na shock, it's actually close to the Nissan GT-R R35. Okay? The R35 has a similar suspension layout. We have a very, very nice looking double wishbone suspension sa likod. There's a wishbone and meron pa tayong wishbone sa ilalim. Okay? Here's our airbag with the Tane Flex Z converted to bags as well. And another reason na kaya ko to kailangan i-highlight is that same with the front, the rear actually has a very tight space sa likod. Pero pasok ang daliri ko dito. My fingers can actually squeeze into the side and it is actually pressurized already. Albeit that it's actually more space than the front, this is coming quite close na rin. So, the Lancer Evo is not airsus friendly, but it is airsus possible. In that sense, same story sa ating unahan, okay? We follow the hose line. The hose line followed the OEM brake line routing from here to there. Sinundan namin yung brake line kasi the brake line is actually OEM. Yun yung pinag-aralan ng mga Hapon, so might as well copy them on that area where we actually mount our hose lines. But nonetheless, itong suspensions na to ng Evo ay maganda. Better than the Subaru, I would say. This is actually really nice. Really amazing. So yun lang naman ang ating pwedeng pag-usapan sa likod. Hindi siya nga pala divorce suspension, which is actually a plus because we don't have to, you know, it's like an STI at saka 86, hindi na kailangan kalasin yung mga shocks sa likod. Easy to work on, kabit lang ng kabit. I really love this kind of suspension for airsus. Really straightforward build. So, let's go to the trunk layout and let's actually see kung anong ginawa namin itong layout sa likod ng Evo na ito. Welcome to the trunk layout ng Lancer Evolution 8 MR. That's a fucking mouthful. Pero sige, pag-usapan natin itong trunk layout. This is actually very, very similar to a Civic FD trunk. That being said, that in that sense, that it is not reclinable yung back seats. Ganyan to rin yung itsura ng Civic FD na ginawa namin dati. We have a crossbar as well for stabilization and ito rin yung size ng trunk niya. We are only occupying around one-third ng space ng trunk. Okay, this is the 2/3. Ito yung 1/3. Since hindi naman nare-recline yung back seat, sabi ko sa may-ari, why not just put the system there so you still have a spare tire. Ginawa na lang to na boys ng magandang layout ng floorboard. Pinagawa ng carpeted flooring with a 3/4 plywood para naman at least presentable pa rin tayo with a black carpet. Albeit, mas maganda siguro kung gray, pero I don't know, it's sleeker when black kasi black din yung air suspension natin. We have our Fitment engineering management system right there. It's a pressure-based leveling system. Wala tong height sensors kasi hindi naman kailangan dahil it's a fairly balanced car. We have a single pump package mated to a 3-gallon tank na, okay, aluminum, seamless tank, which is really used most of the time in our builds and wala naman tayong ibang pwedeng pagpilian tanke kasi napakasimple nito. Simple, sleek, great-looking tank, works well. Storage space-wise, you still have a lot of space. You can put a lot of groceries there. You can put stuff on top of the tank naman if needed be, pero I don't suggest you do that. Pero there's a lot of space. So may konting kompromiso lang talaga pag nag-airsus ka. This is the compromise. But nonetheless, you get all the benefits of the air suspension. So since meron tong trunk, the owner will benefit from the sound deadening ng trunk. So okay lang sa kanya hindi na mag-endo. Kaya single pump will do and that's already good. So yun lang naman ang kailangan natin pag-usapan sa trunk. Let's drop the car and let's see what we can say about the Lancer Evo on bags. Let's go. Hello and welcome sa outro ng kotse. As we said a while ago, kamusta naman yung discussion natin, okay? The front suspension, recap lang natin. The front suspension is actually a McPherson strut, same as the Subaru STI sa unahan, very common for all types of cars on this era and the modern generation, okay? McPherson strut, kumakabigang kumipihit siya pag ganun, so very common, okay? We're going to discuss more of that later. Sa likod naman, it's actually a double wishbone suspension sa likod. Okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, pero parang, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is a independent rear suspension. Okay? Very similar to the GTR, yung rear suspension ng kotseng to. That's very surprising. As an icebreaker, let's actually start the car, see the maximum lift capability of the car para makita nyo kung paano yung dynamics ng kotse. Let's actually do that right now. Okay, let's actually raise up the front of the car. And let's actually raise up the rear of the car. So narinig nyo ba yun? May konting sabit siya sa fender liner niya at saka sa kanyang fenders. We have to pull those fenders so it doesn't rub. Okay? It's quite loud, sorry. So, nasa Tommy exhaust. The travel on the front is around 3.5 fingers. Masigit pang 4 na daliri. But it's gonna clear a lot of obstacles, okay? It's doable na. Alright. For the rear side naman, we have around the same 3 fingers. And that's actually really good for daily use na. It's quite loud. Let's actually turn off the car. So that is the vehicle dynamics of the car. Sorry, sobrang ingay na exhaust niya. But yeah, to wrap up the video, this is a challenge indeed. We actually underestimated the Lancer. Well, if the Lancer na ginawa natin ito ay on like an 8.5 wheel, it would have been an easy build. We may have underestimated the car itself with its current setup. And yeah, but we were able to pull it off. There's so much adjustments on the front. Ang comment ko lang sa Lancer is the wheel well is quite small on the front. But weirdly enough, sa likod naman, sobrang forgiving niya. On the back side, on the other hand, sobrang laki ng wheel well. This is a 9.5 wheel going into the wheel well. Maluwag yung likod. Forgiving yung likod. But the front is really brutal. If you're gonna fit really wide wheels, you really have to do some love taps or black magic talaga, quote-unquote. As I've said kanina, hindi pa ito tapos. We have to do fender rolls. Hindi lang pwede si Val tonight. He's quite sick. And sa unahan, fender roll and pull. Sa likod, fender pull lang konti. And after that, the build will be done. This car is actually, yun nga, very, very quirky. But maganda. We could actually go lower in the future, but this is the first car ng owner na naka-air suspension, and we want to take it slow and steady. I think we'll see more of this car in the stand scene. Maybe he will decide to do full stance on the build of the Evo. Besides, you have another Evo, bro. You have an Evo 6, so this is not a problem for him. So yeah, regardless, this is how to bag the Evo 8. What are the thoughts? It's bagay ba? Honestly, I do think it's bagay. It's functional. Para sa akin, mas bumagay siya sa pagiging functional niya than looking pretty. But if you're looking for function, form and function of the car, it still handles great. Maganda ang damping niya. It's a tame coilover on bags. You know how I like those combinations. Pero yeah, nonetheless, as all builds, gusto ko naman lahat. We work hard for it, so we really have to love it talaga. Okay? I hope to see more of this car soon. There's still a work in progress, and thank you for trusting Fitment Ken. We've been talking a lot for a long time, and finally we pulled the plug for your car. Thank you so much for trusting, and welcome to the Fitment family. As you can see, alagang-alaga ka naman namin here, and yeah, that is how to bag your Evo 8 or Evo 8. How do you pronounce it? Whatever it is, that's going to be it for this video. We don't have much time. Thank you for watching. Okay, if you want to see more of these videos, we have a playlist for this. So you want to bag your car series, please subscribe to the channel, like and share the video, hit the bell icon for the notification. And that's going to be it for now. It's been Cal from Fitment Engineering. You're watching Fitment TV. I'll see you soon, guys. There's lots more to do, lot more cars to shoot, and it's quite a hectic month. Dami nagpapagawa. Thank you so much for the support. I owe you guys a lot. Thank you so much, and see you on the next episode. Goodbye.